The Pope is dead. Cardinal FL here, checking in. Girls, hello, welcome to, or welcome back to, the Rough as Rats podcast with me, Cardinal FL. I am devastated about the passing of the late Pope Francis. Oh, sorry, I bought this Welsh flag. If you're not watching the video version of this and you're listening to it, just imagine the worst, crafted Pope hat that is stuck to a tiara, because that's all I had, obviously, princess, with sellotape, okay? Now, can I just say, first and foremost, that, oh God, of course, Runny knows the minute I start filming. This Pope hat, I did this myself, can you tell? But I am chuffed to literal bits with this, because I was thinking, I want to craft my own Pope's hat to show my love and respect for the late Pope Francis, because he was actually a good guy. And you're probably thinking, oh, I didn't realise you were Catholic. I'm not Catholic. I'm not anything lick. I'll get my lick. Sorry. But I'm not Catholic. I'm just deeply saddened by his passing. And I was at work yesterday after I found out that he'd passed, and I was just Devo. I was so upset, because I was just thinking, he was pro-trans rights. I know that's not much to ask, but for a pope, that's lurky crazy, right? And the worst part is now we're just going to get some absolute dickhead. So I wanted to come on here and say from the bottom of my heart, and it's sad because he a virgin, so he ain't got no kids. And I said to my mum, could I be a pope? And the first thing she went is, no, you're not a virgin. I thought, oh, so we're going to ignore the fact that I'm a woman first. Okay, red to filth. Bring my virginity into this. Obviously I'm not a virgin, but whatever. Anyway, the point is, get this fly away from me. I'm trying to talk about the Pope here. I'm really sad about the Pope. And now there's going to be a conclave. And obviously they did a whole film about that. They made a film... This song was in Glee! They made a whole film about the conclave. So at least now I know what goes on behind closed doors. But, there's some wrong-uns. There's some wrong-uns. And I'm scared about the cardinals that are putting themselves forward. Also, who is you? Oh, who is you to put yourself forward yeah, I'm going to be the Pope. Do you just apply? How does it... Is it like BGT? Britain's Got Talent. PGT, Pope's Got Talent. CGT, Cardinals Got Talent. How does it work? Also, I was saying, I bought this flag the other day. I went to a car show with my dad and my mum because it was my dad's birthday and he wanted to go to a car show. And I said, yeah, I'll come along, memories and whatnot. There was a flag stand. Oh, God, right. We'll talk about that little tick that I have in a minute. Okay, not tick because I don't want to piss anyone off, but this little habit I have. There was a flag stand and I bought a Welsh flag because if you didn't know, you're looking at Welsh greatness. Oh, quarter Welsh greatness. I am 1/4 Welsh. Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. I am a quarter Welsh, which means my child will be 1/8 Welsh. Right? Michael is a quarter Irish. 2 nations, okay? But I am a quarter Welsh, and I don't really know much about Welsh culture. I've seen the videos of them people in pubs, trying to get to the Guinness shot, the baby Guinness shot, and the guy who does them, what's his name, Gar? Everyone's he's thick as shit. So maybe Welsh culture isn't that rich, compared to Irish culture, but I don't want to pit anyone against each other. I don't really know much about the 2 nations, but I do know my nan was Welsh and she was a baddie, so here is me waving the Welsh flag, and I bought one of these for a regular at work, Graham, who is also Welsh greatness, but he's fully Welsh. So I've put this up there, but I doubt you can even see it. Yeah, and it keeps falling down onto Danny's head. Anyway, if that picture falls on me, it's going to be World War III, okay? Because, right, cool, it's fallen down. It's adding to the ambience. Anyway, yes. Rest in peace to the Pope. I miss the Pope. Why am I emotional? Literally yesterday I kept saying to my mum, I'm devastated. I'm so sad about the Pope passing. But I crafted this hat and I did Photoshop Mash's face onto the Pope. Pope Bungle. Mashy Bungle. It's just sad. It's just so sad. And I just think, ripe age of 88, that's so sad. Like, why couldn't it be one of the wrong ones? Do you know what I mean? Like, kill off one of the far right politicians. And like, he called out JD Vance. Like, what happened over Easter? I know he had double pneumonia. I didn't even realise that you could double it and give it to the next person. Someone said that about him. Like, I didn't even realise. This is already hurting my head and I have work later. I do not need a headache because work gave me a headache yesterday. Don't even want to get into that because I see red, red. Speaking of me singing, Michael always tells people I can sing, and then they'll go, "Oh, let's see you sing then." So, okay, here we go. Listen to me sing. A potato flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but Pope it balls when I'm thinking about Pope. Ooh, na, 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 when I'm thinking about Pope Francis, when I'm thinking about Pope. Do you think about the Pope? Do ya, or do you just think about the conclave? 'Cause I've been thinking about the Cardinals. Oh. Sorry, that was not that funny. Anyway, yes, I can sing, as you can see. Let's move on to what I was going to say. I have 3 things at the forefront of my mind, and I'm going to see how long they'll stay there for. First things first, my teeth are rotting because I haven't been to the dentist in 5 years. Like, let's just skip over that because, like, who gives a shit? Over 5 years now. But the other day, I was thinking to myself, your teeth are fucked. And I am very anti-veneers. I'm pretty anti-plastic surgery as well, apart from my pending boob reduction. And I used to really want a nose job, but now I'm just like, oh well, big nose greatness, whatever. But I'm really anti, like, well, not anti. If you do it, then that's fine because everyone's entitled to do what they want to do. Like, it's literally your face, your body, your money, your life. But I just think we are here for a short amount of time. Well, it's actually quite long when you think about it, and we'll get into that, don't worry. But you know, you're not here for ages, and like the constant wishing you look like someone else, or like beauty standards, all that bullshit. I'm just like, I'm not feeding into it. I'm gonna look like this till the day I die. I'm never gonna age. Okay. I said that to my boss once. He was like, yes, you will. I was like, that is rich coming from a bald old man, but whatever. Anyway, my teeth are killing me, and it's because all I drink is Dr. Pepper. I've not been drinking many Moo Boos recently, but I've also been eating a lot of chocolate and a lot of sweets. And then I thought, wait, I'm not shitting myself because my teeth is taking all the brunt of the abuse. I know that's not how it works, but just leave me be. So I am actually getting a little bit worried about my teeth, like, first and foremost. And when I say a little bit worried, I mean, like, I'm exponentially worried about my teeth. Oh my god, this headband is literally killing me. Like, it wants me dead. Okay, come on now, please. It really, really hurts. Ow. How does the Pope wear this? Well, I guess he doesn't now. Oh, I can't stop thinking about him. I just hope he's okay. I hope he's like, I think if I think about the Pope in the afterlife, I don't even know if that's what they believe in, so I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think he'd be on one of those Icelandic horses, like in the Addison Rae Headphones On music video. Guess I gotta accept the pain. I need a cigarette to make me feel better. I know they don't smoke. Do they? Because they smoked in Conclave. Rafe Fiennes, actually, let me talk about this before I forget. Rafe Fiennes, it's your time to step up. You did the acting, so you could technically... ? Be the Pope. I know that's not how it works again, okay, and I know that people are going to be like, that's not how it works. I know, okay, that is why it's called having a giraffe. It's called having a little laugh, because I would love if Rafe Fiennes was the Pope, because I have a strong feeling towards Rafe Fiennes as a person. I actually just think he's one of the most talented actors, and how the F does he not have an Oscar? Because he is so clever clogs. Like, I've seen him in Conclave, Harry Potter, The Menu, other things. What else have I seen him in? Let me pull up his letterboxd. Hello, Mr. Rafe Fiennes. And the fact that his name isn't even Rafe, but he just prefers people calling him that, like, fair play. Is he the first thing that comes up? No. Rafe. The Grand Budapest Hotel. I've seen that. Oh my god, he's got such a long name. Ralph Nathaniel Twistleton Wickham Fiennes. He was born 3 days before Christmas. He's a Capricorn. And he's an ambassador for UNICEF. Oh, that's so lovely. What else have I seen him in? In Bruges! I've seen In Bruges. In Bruges is a really good film. I haven't actually seen... But he's been in so many films. What the hell? Oh, he's in 28 Years Later. I haven't seen really any of those films, though, so I need to watch them first. 28 Years Later Part 2? There's 2? Nia DaCosta. Who's Nia DaCosta? I have no idea. I have no idea. Anyway, the point is, I'm a big fan of Ralph Fiennes, and I think that it would be awesome if he was Pope. I found out that he is related to hero Tiffin Fiennes, Chocolate Tiffin Fiennes, and I was shocked, and everyone was like, how did you not know that? And that's like me finding out that what's his name, Gary Oldman, is related to one of the women from EastEnders. Like, how did I not know that? Do you know what I mean? I don't know many things. Like, I know the things that matter, but then new things come up and I'm like, oh, they matter to me now too, but I won't forget. Don't worry about that. Anyway, so there's that. Ralph Fiennes, it's your time to step up, diva. You could be the new Pope, and I'll fully endorse you. I'll give you an endorsement. I am Cardinal FL, and I endorse this message. Make Ralph Fiennes a Pope. I think he could just do that as a little side quest. Like, you can still act. You don't have to give that up. He was born in 1962, so he's 3 years younger than my dad. So he's like 63. Wow. He is? Well, he's not pushing on. 60's still young. To me, 80's young. Like, any age, I'm just like, yeah, that's young. Apart from 30s. Oh, don't scare me. Anyway, joking. That was a joke, maybe. So, my teeth are on the verge of falling out. I don't even think I'm registered to a dentist anymore. And I don't want to be registered to a dentist. I'm sorry, I don't want to get my teeth looked at. I don't want to pay someone to be like, stop eating sugar. Stop telling me how to live. Stop telling me how to live. Okay? I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't come up to you and be like, stop eating sugar. No, I wouldn't do that to you. And I would tell you to stop vaping because, okay, public service announcement. Nino. Vaping is tapped. I will say that with my chest because I vaped a little bit at my old job when I was in love with a bald man. And I think that was a side effect of being in love with a bald man, was vaping grape elf bars, okay? Vaping is tapped. If you want a nicotine hit, just smoke a cigarette. Have some decency and some decorum and some grace and just smoke a cigarette. Taste how disgusting they taste unless you've had a sip of alcohol and then that shit's delicious. But then just be like, oh, I don't need this. Like, vaping is tapped. I'm sorry. And I saw a fully grown man the other day, built like a brick shithouse, pull out a little vape. And I was like, okay, Princess and the Pea, because that's the sort of size comparison we've got right now. You look tapped. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's tapped, okay? Also, if you didn't notice, I'm wearing a black top because I'm in mourning for the Pope. Me, when I say something and then I immediately need to bring up how sad I am about the Pope, I just am, okay? I didn't know that much about him. And this is always the way. You don't know much about someone and then they die. And then you have to find out everything about them. That's why I'm trying to reverse this. I'm trying to spill all my secrets before I die. So there's no surprises when I go. Anyway. Oh, don't talk about that. So, yeah, my teeth are fucked. I won't go to the dentist. And this morning, I made scrambled eggs. And I was like, okay, I've made some scrambled eggs. I need to have a drink. I need to have a beverage with my meal because I can't have a meal without beverage. I was like, let me have some water. Then I thought, fuck off. I'm going to have a Dr. Pepper. And I thought, you are your own worst enemy. You are the master of your fate. You're doing this to yourself, you silly plum. Don't fall down for me now. I love this hat. If it wasn't so tight on my head, like it's already squeezing what little brain cells I have left. Anyway, so that was on the forefront of my mind, and the other thing on the forefront of my mind is my boobs, because my boobs are in agony at the moment. If you didn't know, did I talk about this last time? Yeah, I had costochondritis. Okay, work group chat, please leave me alone. Costochondritis, I had some really weird pain in like my ribs the other day, and I thought, cool, here we go, time to die. And then I didn't. Here I am in my Pope hat. And then yesterday and the day before, I kept getting really weird pain. Not pain, but like a weird sensitive sensation, but it wasn't sensational, in my right nipple. And one thing about me, having boobs terrifies me. I hate having boobs. Like I said, I want a boob reduction. I hate having boobs, right? Boob pain every month takes me by surprise, and I have to write down each month what boob pain I felt the previous month. Otherwise, I will literally go into Gecko Becky Hill overdrive. I can't stop this feeling, only you can make me come alive. Sorry. That's what I get for breaking out into song every 2 minutes with no drink. Me water's over there. I've not got a Dr. Pepper with me today. No siree. I've already told you why. Anyway, don't yawn. Stop it. Thank you. What was I even saying? My boob. Every single month when I get boob pain, I'm like, this is the end. Close your eyes and count to 10. 'Cause you will never have my heart at the sky fall. What is the best James Bond song? I know two. I know Skyfall and No Time to Die. I, fun fact, have never gonna get it. Shut up. Seen the James Bond films. I've also never seen the Pirates of the Caribbean films. And what is another like popular box that I haven't seen? Most of them. I haven't been to the cinema since I watched Six the Musical live, the film, in the cinema, and I was beefing with them two old bats behind me. Haven't been to the cinema since, haven't watched a film since. My movie grind, my film grind has fallen off. Don't worry, it's coming back with a vengeance, which, you know what that means. There'll be no film segment today. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm not sorry. There won't be a film segment today because, guess what? No films have been watched. I know, awful. But tomorrow I'm seeing Sinners with Michael B. Jordan. And the guy that directed it also directed Creed and Black Panther. So you know he's got a repertoire under that belt of his. So I'm quite excited to see that. And then on Sunday, I'm seeing Pride and Prejudice, which I've never seen before, in the cinema. Litmus. I'm also seeing La Coquina. Okay. With Rooney Mara. My beloved Rooney Mara. I love Rooney Mara a lot. She was in The Social Network. She was fab in that. But what was she in that I love? This film I love. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Goated. And when I say goated, I mean goated film. I love, capital L, love that film. Daniel Craig, Rooney Mara, the chemistry, the bed chem, the Sabrina Carpenter bed chem, absolutely astonishing. Astonishing. I simply can't put into words how I feel about that film. One of the best, like, psychological thrillers, or like, I don't even know what you'd call it. Like, I guess it's a thriller more than a horror. It was horrifying in parts, but it was so good. And I was thinking as well about Gone Girl today because, well, actually, I wasn't thinking about it today at all, so that was a huge lie. But I was thinking about it recently. When me and my mum watched Gone Girl, we hated the ending, but then I kind of think the ending of Gone Girl is good because they both kind of got what they deserve. But the bit in Gone Girl where Ben Affleck stands in front of her poster and smiles, he's like... He looked fine shite in that movie. He looked really good in that film. And that was a really good film. Again, another thriller that was like really cool, really clippable for TikTok. Really clippable for TikTok. I do an American accent in the privacy of my own home and it sounds good. And then when I try and do it for other people, I'm like, you sound shit. Anyway, for Valentine's Day, I thought I'd buy a gun. Okay, Rosamund Pike. Anyway, wearing a sports bra today because I can't stop picking my chest, and it also just hurts. My boobs ache. My right nipple hurts. Not hurts, it's just sensitive. And I search it up, and I'm like, things like boob hurts, boob pain, boob this. And I was at work yesterday, and someone was like, well, you never know. I was like, you think I've got cancer? She was like, no, you could be pregnant. I was like, been there, done that, had the blood clots. No, sorry. No, thank you. Anyway, speaking of been there, done that, I'm going on holiday. That is not a segue at all, but I booked a holiday with Michael, and we're going in less than a month, and I'm scared that I'm going to have no money because we booked it, and I was like, yeah, I'll totally have enough money, and then I had a week off of work because I was ill. Loser. So that wasn't litmus, but anyway, we're going on holiday. We're going back to Fuerteventura, classic, my favourite place, and I'm very excited because, why am I excited? Oh, to get out of this fucking country. That is why I'm excited. To go on holiday, to lay around, do nothing in the sun, and swim. Sun, sea, not sand, swim. Okay? Michael hates sand. I'm not a huge fan of sand, especially when, like, I've spoken about it in my last one, textures. Not a big textures fan. When I go in the sea and then you come and sand gets on your skin, it really doesn't do me well. Don't like it even in the slightest. But anyway, that's that. That was all stemmed from me talking about my boobs hurting, but I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm a nervous wreck 100% of the time. So there's that. And I had something else to say as well. Let me look on my notes. I think I was going to talk about the type A, type B trend on TikTok because I find it quite literally hilarious. People being like, type A things that would send a type B girl into a coma, and then the other way around. And like, all the comments are like, you're just lazy. You're just disgusting. You're unhygienic. And it's like, whoa! Whoa! Like, let people live. Like, maybe, yes, you should change your bed sheets more than every 6 weeks, but, like, no one's forcing you to do it. What did I write? Oh, I am a victim of minion memes. I saw a minion. See, this is what I mean. I saw a meme yesterday of a minion and someone carving it, and they put filet mignon. I laughed out loud. Why am I yawning? No! Slapped it out of me. Filet mignon. That is fucking hilarious. Sorry. Hate me if you want. Hate me and say, oh, that's not funny. You're a liar. This bloody hat. You're a liar. That is so funny. Actually, that is not so funny. That is hilarious. Filet mignon. I love minion things. And I really want the Swarovski minion. I know you're probably thinking, why? Why not is my question now. Why the F not? Oh my god, I love minions. Anyway, I wrote no money in my account. Not my letterbox, my cinema membership got taken out of my account today. And I was wondering when it would get taken out because it's normally on the 18th, but I guess it was Good Friday, so maybe, like, I guess banks don't work on bank holidays, do they? They don't fucking work much at all, I don't think, because they're open for like 4 hours a day and then they shut their doors and they're on time. 3 o'clock. Shut. Anyway. And I was like, why hasn't it taken the money? Why hasn't it taken the money? Today I wake up minus £13 in my bank account and I'm thinking, okay, why am I yawning? So it's taken the money. Awesome. Apart from the fact that that's not awesome. It's not even awesome in the slightest, I would argue, because I have no money now. Until Friday. Getting paid monthly is like waiting for the war to be over. Sorry, maybe that was a bit of a stretch. It's like waiting for Christmas. Also, this year I got no Easter egg from my mum. She sent me to get me an Easter egg on Saturday before Easter Saturday, like the day before Easter Sunday. And she was like, go and get yourself that egg you want. And I was like, what? A Snickers egg? Are you good? There's going to be none. And guess what? There wasn't. So there's that. Oh, speaking of, sorry, I write down little things that I remember like throughout the days. Oh my god, this hat. And I put them all in my notes to talk about on here. And Oh, I've spoken about that. Sorry. And then I tick off if I've spoke about it. And sometimes I'll see something and I'm like, oh my God, you're lying. I put whose birthday balloons at work, okay? I was blowing up balloons for a balloon arch, which my boss never ended up using. So I'm glad I gave myself self-inflicted asthma for that. Just after I'd had a chest infection as well. Nasty work. Anyway, I'm blowing up balloons and this woman like starts walking out after she's finished her meal, her toasted tea cake to be precise, and she went, thank you. I was like, oh, thank you so much, have a nice day. And she went, oh, you having a party? I said, oh yeah, we are. She went, is it a birthday? I went, oh, it's Easter, so like Jesus' birthday. And she looked at me and her face literally like dropped. She was like, I was like, oh, his death day, I guess. But then I was like, wait, I was low-key right because he rised after he died. Still mad that happened. Like, who? I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Who was fact checking that? Like, are you sure he didn't have a twin? He could have had a doppelganger. He could have had a tribute act. Like, they could have come from Liverpool. Like, you know, you don't know. And everyone just believed that he was back and like emerging from a cave. Like, that is hard. And I would like to think that if I died, that would happen to me. If I died, the possibility of me dying. Like, I would like to think I would just rise from the cave again. But I said this before, but I'll say it again. I want people to talk about me like they did with Jesus. And now I know that I'm a woman. I'm not Jesus. But guess what? Like, who gives a shit? Like, who gives a shit? But Jesus had haters. Lest I... May I remind you, Judas? Question mark. May I remind you of that? He had haters. I've got haters. One of which works at... I can't say the name properly. But I've got haters all around the towns, okay? All over the towns, all over the place. So I have that. I could turn water into wine easily. But I choose not to. Walking on water. Yeah, just give me a few days. Let me look it up on WikiHow, watch a YouTube tutorial, which, speaking of YouTube tutorials, I did actually write this down as well. When something goes wrong, like Sims, my laptop, my camera, anything like that, this hat needs to stand up a bit more because it's doing my nut in. Sorry, thinking about the Pope again. When I look up a tutorial on YouTube, the first thing I look at before the video even starts is the comments. Why am I yawning? Sorry. I look at the comments because if the comments are like, oh my God, I've been looking for a solution for this for days, then this finally worked, thank you. I will watch the video. And I might even like it. If there are none of those comments, bye. Sayonara, sweet cheeks. I'm not sticking around. What do you mean? If there is no one to back up your claim that you know what you're doing, how am I going to believe you? And why am I going to waste my time trying? I'm not. That's why. I'm not. Okay? So there's that. What was I even talking about? YouTube? Oh, I'm talking about me being Jesus. I want people to talk about me like I was Jesus. And I also want, and I probably want this a little bit more, because, like, you know, who can control what happens? But I want my wedding to be as big as the royal wedding. I want it televised. I want roads closed off. And I want barriers with people queuing to see me drive past. That is what I want. I want the Princess Diana wedding that everyone dreamed of, okay? I wasn't alive to watch it. I don't want to talk about that at this time. But I want people to be like, it's the royal wedding today. Maisie and Michael are getting married. And then everyone like, oh my God, I need to call in sick to work to watch it. Stand outside my front door and hope that we can hear them going past. Because you'll be able to hear it from top to toe, top to tail, tail to top. You'll be able to hear it, no matter where you are. You could be in Argentina and you'll be hearing it. You could be in Porto, Portugal, and you'll be hearing it. You could be in... what's that really... Skegness, and you'll be able to hear it, okay? That is a guarantee. Maybe it's not a guarantee completely. Oh my God, this is literally going to give me such a headache. But I'm doing it for you. And I'm not just doing it for you. I'm doing it for the Pope as well. Anyway, I want that for my wedding. But there we go. I spoke about no money in my account. Don't want to go through that again because that was just absolutely an awful sight to behold this morning. Just so unbelievably sad. Um, Spoken about tech videos. Oh, I was going to speak about type A, type B, wasn't I? And then I got distracted. Classic. Type A, type B. I don't know which one I am, so I thought today I might do a type A, type B quiz because I don't know which one I am because sometimes I'll see a type A thing. So, for example, type B, I will live in my own filth until I feel ready to clean it. Type A, if I lose something, that will be at the forefront of my mind until I find it or I find a solution around it. You know what I mean? Type B, I'm always late. I have really, really, really bad time management, but that is not off of my own back. I don't choose to be late. I just can't. I think it's an ADHD thing, which, like I've said before, I don't really mention much because, like, everyone and their fucking chihuahua has ADHD now. But, like, genuinely, I do not know when to leave the house. Like, I'm not good at it, right? But, on the contrary, type A, if something breaks, I won't rest until it's fixed. You know what I mean? Type A, I have to know what's going on. I have to know my routine. I have to know where we're going. If someone says it's a surprise, I'll shit myself. I hate surprises. Hate surprises. Type B, there's other things. Like changing my bed sheets. I'm not on top of that. You know what I mean? Eating in my own bed. Spilling shit down myself. So I don't really know which one I am. So I'm going to do a type A versus type B quiz. CapCut, stop sending me shit. Okay, type A versus type B personality test. Let's do it. Select your gender. Female. My test is being prepared. What is the difference? I guess, I don't know. Biologically. Start test. Okay, there's 20 questions. And you can go from strongly agree to agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. Choose how accurately each station reflects you. Statement. Sorry. I strive for accuracy and precision in all my tasks. Oh, maybe type A. If I start a task, I want to finish it and I hate being interrupted when I'm like halfway through it. So accuracy and precision, I would say agree. I notice even the smallest inconsistencies and errors in my work. Agree. I am able to maintain high standards even under tight deadlines. Neutral. I frequently check my work to ensure it meets required standards. Neutral. Improving and refining systems or processes is a priority for me. Neutral. Next. I can become critical of myself or others when mistakes are made. Agree. Ensuring that every detail is correct before completing a task is important to me. Neutral. I often find ways to improve methods that are already considered efficient. Neutral. When given on feedback, I focus on details to understand how to improve. Neutral, because I feel like if they say something negative about me, that's all I'll focus on. My work environment is organised and everything has a specific place. Neutral, because no. I feel a strong sense of responsibility to correct inaccuracies for the benefits of others. Agree, I guess? I'm often the person who others rely on to find and fix mistakes. I wouldn't say so. I'd say neutral. I naturally sense when someone needs emotional support. Agree. I take active steps to help others without expecting anything in return. Neutral. Making sure others feel cared for is a priority in my relationships. Agree. I'd say agree. I find it easy to maintain and what? Hello. I find it easy to build and maintain close personal relationships. Neutral. I often put the needs of others before my own. Agree. I'm comfortable expressing affection and care towards others. Neutral. My happiness is closely linked to the well-being of the people I care about. Agree. I am often approached by people who seek comfort or advice. Agree. I feel like people do come to me for advice. Helping others makes me feel valued and fulfilled. Agree. Being appreciated for my contributions is important to me. Strongly agree. Setting and achieving goals is a is a fundamental part of how I define success. Yeah, agree. I'm driven by my ambition and the desire to be successful. Strongly agree. I enjoy being recognized for my accomplishments. Strongly agree. I definitely have such like a praise. I wouldn't say kink because it's not a sexual thing, but like when someone's like, you did a great job, I'm like, thank God. I am adaptable and excel in a variety of tasks and roles. Disagree. I constantly look for ways to improve my efficiency and productivity. Neutral. Being seen as successful by my peers is an important motivator for me. Strongly agree. I actively create and pursue new goals once current ones are achieved. Agree, I guess? Maybe neutral. I adapt my approach if it means accomplishing a goal more effectively. Neutral. I don't know. My creativity is often sparked by my emotional experiences. Agree. I need to express my I need to express my individuality in my work or artistic endeavours. Strongly agree. I am drawn to aesthetics and surrounded myself with beauty that inspires me. Agree. I feel most alive when I am creating something new and original. Agree. My personal style is a true reflection of my unique identity. Agree. I'm nervous. God, I'm only on step 8. God, we're going to be here all day. Let's try and speedrun. I often find creative inspiration in places others might overlook. Neutral. I'm confident in my creative abilities and trust my unique vision. Agree. I actively seek... Actually, no, neutral. I'm always overthinking if I'm doing well. I actively seek feedback to refine and enhance my creative projects. Agree. I prefer to observe and analyse before getting involved in a situation. Agree. I collect and analyse data to make informed decisions. Neutral. Neutral! Okay. I enjoy solving complex problems with thorough analysis and research. Neutral. I'm cautious about sharing my insights until I have fully examined an issue. Disagree. I talk my mind straight away. I value depth and complexity in my areas of interest or expertise. Neutral. I can be detached when analysing situations or problems. Disagree. I often look for underlying principles or patterns to understand how things work. Neutral. Privacy and time alone to think are essential to me. Strongly agree. I am more interested in ideas and concepts than social interaction. Neutral. I'm vigilant about potential risks and always plan for contingencies. Neutral. I seek security and stability in my environment and relationships. Agree. I am loyal and committed, especially to those I trust. Agree. Before making decisions, I consider all the possible outcomes and risks. Disagree. I prefer clear guidelines and my expectations to feel secure in my role. Agree. I sometimes hesitate to take action due to fear of making the wrong choice. Agree. I value predictability and routine as they provide a sense of stability. Strongly agree. I often seek advice or reassurance of others before proceeding. Agree. Oh my God, we're only 55% done. Sorry, girls. I embrace change and adapt easily to new situations. Strongly disagree. I often seek out new and exciting experiences to keep life interesting. Neutral. Routine tasks are an opportunity for me to find creative ways to engage. Neutral. I quickly become bored with the status quo, or I just spat and look for ways to innovate. Neutral. Planning too far ahead feels restrictive to me. I prefer spontaneity. Disagree. I'm optimistic and can usually find the silver linings in situations. Disagree. I thrive in environments that allow me freedom and the ability to choose. Agree. I'm skilled at thinking on my feet and making the best of unexpected changes. Disagree. New ideas and projects excite me more than the implementation or follow through. Disagree. I prefer to keep my opinions open rather than commit to one course of action. Disagree. Exploring and experiencing the world is a top priority for me. Agree. I take charge of situations. I'm confident in making decisions. Neutral. I am assertive in expressing my opinions and taking a stand. Agree. Protecting those I care about is just as important as standing up for myself. Neutral. I'm not afraid of confrontation and will face conflicts head on. Agree. I naturally take on leadership roles in group settings. Agree. Injustice or unfairness prompts me to action. I must speak up. Agree. I respect strength in others and I'm drawn to people who are also assertive. Neutral. I'm self-reliant and prefer to depend on my own abilities. Agree. I'm comfortable with power and using it to affect change. Agree. Agree. Oh, and now you're buffering. I strive to maintain harmony in my environments and relationships. Neutral. I often see multiple sides of an issue and try to mediate disagreements. Disagree. Avoiding tension and conflict is often more comfortable for me than addressing problems. Disagree. I work to ensure that everyone feels heard and included in discussions. Neutral. I'm good at helping others find common ground and compromise. Neutral. I don't think so. Peaceful resolutions are more important to me than winning an argument. Disagree. I prefer to listen and understand all viewpoints before expressing my own. Disagree. I will say what I'm thinking. I'm often the peacemaker in my group of friends or at work. Neutral. I find it challenging to make decisions when there is a potential for conflict. Disagree. I often go with the flow to avoid rocking the boat. Disagree. I value a calm and tranquil environment where conflicts are minimal. I guess so. Neutral. I'm willing to compromise my own preferences for the sake of harmony of the group. Disagree. It's important for me that conflicts are resolved amicably and without resentment. Neutral. Because I always think I'm in the right. Lol. I sometimes downplay my own needs to keep peace in relationships. Disagree. I approach disagreements with the goal of finding a solution that satisfies everyone. Neutral. I believe maintaining a relationship is more important than winning an argument. Neutral. I actively look for ways to support and encourage others. Agree. It's important to me that others see me as helpful and kind. Agree. I often offer help before being asked. Agree. My own mood is affected by the emotional states of those around me. Strongly agree. I feel a strong sense of satisfaction when I can make someone's life easier. Agree. Being needed by others gives me a sense of purpose. Agree. I prioritise relationships where I can be of service and make a difference. Agree. I'm quick to respond to the needs of my friends and family. Agree. I often put others' well-beings ahead of my own. Agree. Right, that's the end of the quiz, and I know a lot of what I just said contradicted each other, but just bear with, okay? Finish. Get my results. Ooh la la. Oh, I'm nervous. Boyfriend, I'm nervous. Oh. I just want to know. You have to pay? Oh. You have to pay £1.95. I'm going to pay it because I want to know now. Oh, God, I've got to put my first and last name in. What a fucking joke. Don't say free test if it costs £1.95. Personality.com. What a fucking con. More like con. And I need to put in my email. What a lie. What a lie. What a lie. What a lie. I'm not doing the whole thing again on a different website. I hope I've got £1.95. I should do. I know I had minus £13 this morning, but I shuffled some things about. Right, processing your payment. Done. No, I just want my results. I don't want to pay $14.95. No, self-esteem guide. This is such a con. Your personality is type 2. View my report. What's type 2 personality? I thought it was type A or type B. What does that mean? Is type 2 personality A or B? I'm looking it up. Is type 2 personality A or B? Type B. Okay, I kind of see that. But I think in my 50 facts about me, I said I see myself as more of a type A. Wait, let me go to my notes about 50 facts about me. Because I don't know them myself. I don't know myself. I think I'm more type A personality. Now that's weird, isn't it? Because now I'm getting shit saying I'm more type B. Well, isn't that just a little bit funny? I don't know. Because I feel like I actually don't know because I don't really know much about either of them. A lot of people think I'm autistic, which actually would make a lot of sense. I think I'm not like, in terms of like autism itself, I don't struggle much socially, but in terms of like the way I process things and my routine and how I express myself and like textures and things like that. Like, I don't want to say something and it be like a huge generalization or a stereotype, but when I get rich quick, all of my story likers will be taken care of. And I might try and get an assessment because it would be handy to know. Get rich quick. What's on the list? Buy the house that's up for sale near me that I love. 1. And that's like the main one. Boob job. 2. Take my family on holiday. 3. Oh, retire my dad. That's like the highest priority. And do an assessment just to see what I have. Because I know that there's always been talk with me like, maybe I have this, maybe I have that. It would be good to know for sure. Do you know what I mean? It would be good to know for damn sure what is going on up here. Because it's terrifying. Yeah, it's terrifying. But that's just life, isn't it? That's amore. You know what is terrifying? Going to work. I don't want to go. I'm working 5 till 10:30 tonight. I'm closing. I don't want to go. I worked yesterday, which was obviously bank holiday. Busy AF. Busy. And the whole day I was just like, bun this. I want to be at home. I want to be at home. I want to be with my dogs. I want to be with the Rents. My parents. I just don't want to. On Easter Sunday, it was so quiet. I got sent home so early. I got to meet my child. No! Got to meet my cousin's new child. My cousin's just had a baby. Went to the local, like, Legion. Terrifying place. Played some pool. I won, but only because my cousin potted the black ball. But it was still interesting because I'm not really great at things like pool. Because I'm just not. Like, I don't really have the confidence for it as well. And, like, when people started looking at me, I was like, don't look at me. Can't believe that when I was playing pool, the Pope was still alive and now he's just gone. It's just crazy when you think about it. Like, when I deep the meaning of YOLO, you only live once. Whoever created that, oh my God, I bet they just sleep so peacefully at night knowing they cooked the F up. They cooked the F up because that is a saying and a half. Oh my God, it's 3:25. Oh God, I feel nauseous. I've got to leave in. Oh my God, just under 2 hours. Oh, I'm just so scared. What if it's busy? What if it's busy boots tonight? I doubt it will be, but you don't know. Oh, I was going to explain this to you. I said that at the beginning, and now I'll tell you now. I have this weird thing. It used to be really bad when I was like 18, where every night before bed, I would touch wood to like, because you know, everyone's like, you say something and you're like, oh, God forbid, touch wood. So I would do it on my windowsill, but obviously that was when I was in my old room. And I've started doing it again recently. Every time I think about, like, when my boob hurt, I was like, oh my God, no, it can't be that. And like, I get so worried, or I think about someone dying, or I think about something like that. And now, every time I think of that, I have to touch my head twice and a bit of wood twice. And if there's not wood around me, I get a little bit panicky. And now, my bedside table is made of wood. So before bed, you best believe I'm there like... Because every time I go to bed recently, I'm like, okay, what if I don't wake up tomorrow morning? Like, I won't know. I think it's just the idea of, like, what happens when you die that scares me. But I don't want to get into this now because we're nearing the end of this episode. And this is not the sort of thing I need to be talking about now. Like, no way. No freaking way. Also, I'm seeing my neighbour Totoro at the cinema. I'm going to a brunch for my friend T's birthday, which is quite exciting because I don't go out much. And I'm seeing my neighbour Totoro the day after. I'm seeing loads in the cinema. I'm seeing Girl Interrupted. I'm seeing Pretty Woman next month in May. I'm going up to London next week with me mum because me mum's getting a massage, which I bought her 2 years ago for her birthday, and she still hasn't gone to get it. So she's finally getting it before it expires. And I think I'm going to go and get a tattoo. I know I don't have much money. We'll see what my what my pay is saying on the day I get paid, which is in a few days, thank God. And if so, it's time to get a little tattoo. And I won't tell you what it is because it'll be a surprise, but believe you me, it'll be good. But like I said, I didn't watch any films, so there's no film talk. I'm excited to see Sinners. Everyone that I follow on Letterboxd has rated it 4.5 or 5, so I'll let you know what I think next week. But yeah, until then, please keep the Pope in your thoughts. And this is just another little thing to say, rest in peace, Pope Francis. If I was allowed to go to your funeral, I would get a flight there because I'm thinking about you a lot at the moment. I don't know if it's normal to be thinking about the Pope this much, but I am. And I hope you all have a blessed week. And just remember, in times of darkness, I'm here. Cardinal FL, over and out. See you next time. Bye!